So last week during my versus battle, I let you guys know what my next week's one was because it was requested by JTS. So thank you for the request. I take only requests for the versus battles, and this week is going to be Parfums de Marly Althair or Althair versus Most Wanted Parfum versus Mercedes-Benz Club Black. Everybody's been telling me that they smell alike, so let's do a versus battle. Let you guys know which one's my favorite. So without further ado, let's get it. What's good, my great smelling dudes? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for joining me again for yet another versus battle. Prepare for battle. And so before we get into this versus battle, make sure that you guys like, comment, and hit the bell if you want my videos sooner. Again, the versus battle is going to be a 1v1v1 where I talk about all three fragrances, let you know my unbiased and biased rankings at the end. You guys, it's all based on requests. So if you guys want me to put fragrances 1v1 or three fragrances against each other and they have nothing to do with each other and you just want me to tell you which one I like the best, I'm happy to do that. Just comment it below. Or if they have something to do with each other like these three, I would gladly do that. But this one, as soon as Parfums de Marly Althair came out, which I thought it was called Althair at first, but it's Althair. I got this from Decant House. As soon as I got this in, it came out about a month ago. Everyone I was talking to was comparing it to Mercedes-Benz Club Black. Not everybody, but most people. There was another one that they were comparing it to by Montal or Mancera. I can't remember the name. Or a mix of these two. I'm in that ballpark of the people that is also comparing them. So Parfums de Marly Althair is the one that we'll start with, obviously. I'm also wearing it as my scent of the day. But I want to get this out in the air first, just to clear things up. I'm not going to apologize for how I feel about a fragrance. It's my opinion, and I'm going to stick with it. I'm not going to try to beat around the bush to make people feel better about it. But Parfums de Marly Althair, I think the fragrance smells good. Yes. Am I going to buy a full bottle of it? Maybe when it hits $150 on JOMASHOP or something, yes. I'm not paying $260, $270. It starts out, the fragrance is bourbon vanilla centric with some cardamom that provides a warm and spiciness to it that really just blends together very nicely for the first opening 5 to 10 minutes. There's a slight bit of orange blossom underneath that you can notice, but as you get about 5 to 10 minutes into the fragrance, the cardamom and the orange blossom switch places as the cardamom and that warm and spicy vibe really do become more of an undertone. That sweet white floral from the orange blossom comes up, mixes together with the bourbon vanilla, which is the centerfold of the fragrance, and provides what you get for basically the rest of the fragrance outside of some small, minute differences when you get a little bit of cinnamon and a little bit of woods that come into the fragrance. I've heard most people say they hardly get any cinnamon from this, which I would have loved in this fragrance. A lot of cinnamon, but I don't get very much. I've heard most people say that, but some people have said they get a decent amount, but I don't. So I get more of a bourbon vanilla, sweet white floral after about 5 to 10 minutes with a cardamom undertone with, again, a little bit of woods and a little bit of cinnamon that pops in. That's the main part of this fragrance. And to me, and from everybody that I've spoke with, the main consensus is that even though Parfums de Marly usually does edge towards being designer-esque in most of their fragrances, meaning that they are more built upon mass appeal, designer-esque. Like, that's what Mancera does. That's what Montal does. Parfums de Marly is my favorite niche fragrance brand or fragrance house. Always has been. But with that said, this one, it has a little bit of a feminine leaning take to it. It's almost directly in the middle of unisex, but it has, for me personally, my personal taste, it leans a bit femme. I did wear it quite a few times. My wife and daughter, my wife said it smelled kind of more like a candle. My daughter doesn't, she said, eh. And then I wore it to a family get-together with my mom, my sister, my brother, all of them. Most of them, their answers were just meh. My sister and my mom said it would smell better on a woman. I have had actually a bunch of female subscribers reach out and say that it does smell better on a woman, that they bought it because they felt it was more feminine. So that is the way that I'm looking at it. I might buy a full bottle when it gets to 150. I'm still unsure about that because I'm not going to get full amount of use out of it, because I have other fragrances like the ones we're about to mention that I would rather wear that have a similar vibe to it. Not exactly, very similar. And so whenever I say designer-esque, designers are usually built around about 90 to 95% synthetics with some naturals in the end. That's pretty much it. They're all blended together, and that's kind of what this one feels like as well. It's not seeming overly synthetic or anything like that. It's just that's the way it feels like it's built. Going into the next one, this is one of my favorite fragrances. It has been. I love the Most Wanted DNA. And to the person who keeps saying it's synthetic, I understand it's synthetic. I already know that. This is Most Wanted Parfum. This is my favorite fragrance note is ginger. I told you guys that a few weeks ago, and that's what this one's built around. So Althair is built around mostly orange blossom, cardamom, and bourbon vanilla. This one is amber wood, bourbon vanilla, and ginger. There's also a couple other notes in there, but for the most part, it is a ginger bourbon vanilla mixture, and I really love the mixture of the ginger and bourbon vanilla. I think it smells fantastic. And then I get a lot more feedback from my wife and my daughter, which is the only people that I really care about whenever I wear this. As you can tell, I wear it a lot. I still like the original Most Wanted better, but for the fall, I love to wear this fragrance. Always will, always have. This one is a Parfum, so it lasts 10 plus hours. Well, Althair is still in the same realm. You still get about 10 plus hours on it, but this one is a little bit longer lasting. But it's really hit or miss as to what you get from it. But that's really nice. They both project above average. Pretty much everyone here is going to be a pretty decent projector, pretty decent performer. This one has a bit higher of a projection, the one coming up, than the other two. This is Mercedes-Benz Club Black. The vanilla in this is slightly different. After I wore it, it is slightly different than the other two. Even though it is slightly different, it's not a bourbon vanilla, because the vanilla in this is mixed with a white floral. It comes closer to this than Most Wanted does. If you had bourbon vanilla in this instead of just a vanillic incense that you get in this one, if you had bourbon vanilla in this one, then it probably would smell almost exactly like Althair. I've heard a few, very small amount of people say that they can't get the Club Black thing. I don't know if you've just not smelled Club Black or if Club Black comes off a different way to you, but to me, the way that Club Black comes off, it has a little bit more heavier of that florally tone. But as they dry down, after about 15 minutes, the Althair is a little bit thicker, but they are 80% very similar as far as what they're doing. So yes, they don't smell the same. You can still tell that this one's Althair. You can still tell that this one's Club Black and that is Most Wanted Parfum. There's no debating that. It's just Club Black and Althair are very similar. If you did mix Club Black with Most Wanted Parfum, I'm pretty sure you would get Althair. Just probably mixing that orange blossom or matching that orange blossom for the jasmine. So in Mercedes-Benz Club Black, it's above average for about 4 hours. It's a very nice, heavy scent. It is mostly vanilla mixed together with a jasmine and incense. You get a little bit of woods and spice underneath it. That's the fragrance in a nutshell. All three of these are very similar. As far as what they do, they're very simplistic fragrances that usually revolve around 3 notes. Again, ginger, bourbon, vanilla, amberwood, jasmine, incense, vanilla, and then bourbon, vanilla, orange blossom, cardamom. That's what the 3 really go around. And so they're vanilla heavy fragrances, and they're all really good. As far as how I would rank them, I still would rank Althair third. I know that that's my personal ranking. Again, this is a fragrance community. I'm allowed to like what I like, and that is my third favorite from the list. My second favorite from the list, I'm going to have to put Most Wanted Parfum. That's probably a shocker to some people, but I've been really enjoying this one lately. Mercedes-Benz Club Black. I've really been enjoying. I mean, they're all so close, but these two would be probably over here, and Althair would probably be like here, like not close. To me, Althair is just, it's not my style of vanilla. I still would give it an 8 as far as the scent, but I don't want to wear it myself. If I smelled it on my wife, I would love it. I even told her I'd buy a bottle for her, but it's just for me, I wouldn't like to smell it on myself. I just wouldn't. But with that said, as far as my unbiased opinion, I would probably have to say that Most Wanted Parfum would come in third, then Althair would come in second, and then Mercedes-Benz Club Black would come in first. I just know that I've heard everybody on my channel, and so many people have talked about how much they love Club Black. I think it's too early to say that Althair would be the overall favorite for everybody, but who knows? Let me know what you guys think out of these three. Again, my favorite is, it's a hard pick between these two. I mean, tomorrow I could put this first and this second, but I know those are my top two. I could probably, let's just say this. These two are tied for first and this is second. That's my, I'm breaking the rules now. So thank you guys so much. Let me know if you have any requests for another versus battle. And again, I'll be back for another one. Thank you so much. Peace out.